Hello, this is Craig from bitsbox.co.uk. In this video we're going to look at the Warhammer Age of Sigmar book. I'm a bit reluctant to call this a rule book, as there's not like many rules in it, but I guess that's just what it is. So here is the Age of Sigmar book. As you see, it's quite thick, and we'll go through the contents in a minute. This is the back. So the rules for Age of Sigmar are in here, as well as a load of war scrolls, so we'll see them soon. And there's also loads of background and plenty of high resolution images and artwork, so I'll take you through page by page as I usually do in these videos. So we have like a little sort of intro here. I haven't read through a lot of the book yet, so I won't go into detail on all the information and stories and that. And there's a lot of pages like this where you get massive pieces of artwork with a little tiny bit of story or fluff. We'll just call it fluff for this video. Again, more fluff and artwork. So obviously, GW spent a lot of time getting all new artwork for the Age of Sigmar release. There's tons of it in this book. This is one of my favourite pieces actually. You're gonna have a like big Bloodthirster versus Stormcast Eternals. I think that's a really cool piece. Now we have like a little sort of force organisation maybe of the Stormcast Eternals. So it's all different sort of I guess that's more of the upper echelon. All different chambers. So you got the warrior chambers, which are like, they're the guys who we sort of used to seeing in the battle, and it's all different temples and chambers for how they're made up. And as an example, here's a warrior chamber. So you have your command and the squads. Very similar to what you might see in a Space Marine chapter. And we have different card schemes for Stormcast Eternals. With my models I just went with a boring old regular scheme, but I just wanted to try the new gold paint, which is fantastic. Big fan of that. But I do really like the turquoise one, I think that's really cool. And again, another big piece of artwork with some text down the side. I have a light sort of catching it there, so I'll hold these pages up. So, and again, there's some more. There's all different information on different realms. So the whole sort of new world is sort of all these different realms. There's a little bit about chaos. You know, the chaos powers. Obviously, most of you probably know that the Great Horned Rat is sort of taking his place alongside the Chaos Gods, and Slaanesh is missing. That's quite interesting. So hopefully they won't do away with Slaanesh completely. I'm a big fan of all the Chaos Gods. There's a bit more about Khorne, some more artwork. Then you got like a little sort of organisation chart for the Bloodbound as well. And there's all different card schemes for their warriors. Do quite like these weapons. We haven't seen them on miniatures yet, but it is rumoured we will have some plastic kits coming, so they're pretty cool. I won't mind picking up some of them. So now we're going to the Age of Sigmar. So this is big background section. And there's a lot of detail about all the other armies in the fantasy universe as well. Another cool piece of artwork here with Nurgle forces and Nagash in the background. Yeah, it's really cool. If you're a big fan of like artwork, then this is a great book to pick up for sure, because there's just so much of it. Again, there's more of Nagash. Some Nurgle and Treemen. Of course, old Treemen, sort of faction of the Wood Elves, have all been renamed, and we'll go more into them later. So there's just more fluff and artwork. And yeah, as you see, a lot of pages are taken up by artwork. It reminds me a little bit of the Horus Heresy Visions book that I showed in a previous video. We have some high-res pictures from the Gash. And again, the theme continues of art and text. And I will read through all this soon. I only picked up a book today. I just want to do a quick video run through it. So I will try and flick through some of these pages a bit quicker because I say this will be a quick video, but there's just so much in this book. Again, just really cool artwork. I've got a little bit here about orcs, or aurochs, as they're now going to be known. Gorkamork is still about. Nice big orc piece of artwork there. A great wire. Next page of the Age of Chaos. So obviously there's going to be a lot about Chaos and the Stormcast or Eternals, of course. Also Vampire Counts or Undead and Skaven. They're all in the book too. Another cool bit of artwork here showing sort of like one of the Stormcast Eternals cities. Now you see it's very sort of more towards 40k than it is fantasy. There's certainly gone more in that direction. Whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not too sure on at this moment. Sort of a mixture wouldn't be too bad, but I hope they don't go too far in the 40k direction. And then we have Sigmar himself, and then he pops up a couple of times in this book. So this bit's all about the realm gates. And again, more artwork. Now, as much as I'm a big fan of the new artwork, there is just so much of it in this book. So this section showcases miniatures. And they do go, I've sort of read through this bit a little bit, and they go into like, I'll read it. It says, one of the greatest joys of collecting Citadel miniatures can be found in the modelling and painting of your collection. So they're really sort of pushing like modelling and painting to be like the big, allure of the hobby. A lot of people, you know, say they do sort of put their rules on their back foot or their sort of second thought. So yeah, you can definitely see in this whole section. Here again, it says painting Citadel miniatures is infinitely rewarding. So yeah, they're really sort of pushing that painting and collecting an army is like the main part and the best part of the hobby. And that's also, you know, that's a matter of opinion, of course. I enjoy all aspects of the hobby. I'm sure many people do also. So yeah, there's a few pages like this, just big battles. I do like seeing the fantasy stuff on round bases. I just think the models just look so much better on round bases. And it's good to see a lot of the older stuff in this book, so they don't feel so irrelevant. There's some Skaven over here. Got some vampire counts. And some undead. Of course, lizardmen, who are now called Seraphon. Ale Guzzler Gargants, formerly known as giants, of course. And then we've got some spider riders. I think these look really cool, compared to sort of how we've sort of seen them in fantasy. You know, just by having a different card scheme and round bases, almost feels like they're from a completely different game. Which is what technically they are now. And of course we've got ogres. and Sylvaneth, who are formerly the tree men and dryads of the Wood Elves. And some more Ale Guzzler Gargants. And the Empire. I just mentioned just as mortal men in here. I'm sure we'll see them similar to how we see Imperial Guard or Astra Militarum in 40k. We have some more Forces of Chaos. Next section is called Fire and Thunder. So this is more about the gaming side of the hobby. I just mentioned battle plans, which we'll see soon, and the rules. We're all familiar with these by now, I should imagine. So, still 4 pages, still no proper ways of balancing armies yet. And the Realm Gate Wars begin. So, a little bit of fluff and artwork here, and some more pictures of miniatures. Brimstone Peninsula. I think now we're starting to get into bits about different battles and different realms in more detail. So, battle plan. These are basically missions, and there's the rules we're all sort of used to for different scenarios. And there's still nothing about balancing armies in the missions, or certainly not in this one. It just says each player picks an army and then they must decide who will be the invader and who will be the custodian. If one player has at least a third more models than their opponent, then they must be the invader. So I don't know, I'd like just more even guidelines. I wish there was just a points value in here, just like saying just pick 2 random armies and have a way with it, which is, it's not going to be fun for someone. One player might just wipe the floor out of the person. It's going to take a lot of games to try and balance this if you're just doing it without points values, but GW obviously have a plan. We'll just see how it goes. It's still early days, of course. And we've got the setup, and there's all different things about just going into detail about how you set up and how you can win and stuff like that, as you'd expect. So there's a few of these in here. So these are like some additional rules for playing in different areas, and just our additional rules. A little bit about the Gore Tide. Right, next battle plan is called the Watchtower. A really cool piece of scenery in the background, which I'm guessing is the actual Watchtower itself. And whether that's going to be an additional terrain piece or not, not sure. I'd guess it would be, as featured again here. And we've got some more setup. This quite clearly is shows the new Realm of Battle board coming out as well. And again, it's just victory conditions and all sorts of little rules. What about at the Gate of Wrath? And another battle plan called the Ritual. So here we have some more fluff. And this bit's all about Chaos against the Sylvaneth. And there's another battle plan. And there's some more additional rules for fighting in the green glades. So it looks like each different realm, what they're introducing, or parts of realms, are going to have their own little extra rules just to expand the games a bit more, give you some more sort of variety in the games. So that'd be quite cool to try out. I'm sure we'll see plenty more books like this, expanding the fluff and with more additional realms and battle plans and such. Again, there's another battle plan. It's nice that they do have you have all the fluff about battles and realms, and then a battle plan to go with them. That's quite nice, although part of me would have just liked all the battle plans together in a row, but I suppose as they've all got such a lot of history behind them and they're sort of introducing all these realms, they've sort of done it this way. Again, there's a lot more fluff and plenty more pictures of models. And we go into another battle plan. Again, it's not talking about another battle, and again there's another battle plan for it. I mean, they show off nice turquoise colour scheme and miniature. Have the Eldritch Fortress. There's loads of really cool terrain here, which I'm guessing will all be released eventually. It does seem that terrain's going to be a big part of Age of Sigmar. It's just so very different to what we're used to in fantasy though. You could easily just use this terrain in 40k, and I think maybe that's part of their plan. And again, there's another battle plan. So you can see there's plenty of missions to play in this book. There you go, our old pal Sigmar pops up again. So this section's a Legend of War, and this is all the war scrolls. And we've seen most of them. If you've picked up the starter set, you'll have seen them already. They're all just same, with just a few extra models that have been released. Adjudicators as well. And of course we've got corn. There's nothing new here. Then we go into the Sylvaneth. We've got Tree Lord Ancient and the Tree Lord. We've got the Branch Wraith and the Dryads. I think these are exactly the same, it's just a free downloads. And you got Sylvaneth Wildwood as well, so just a little bit for the terrain there. That does require to buy at least 2 of these Citadel Wood sets, shockingly. Then War Squad Battalions are basically formations, so there's a couple more for the Stormcast Eternal, and another one for Khorne and one for Sylvaneth as well. And that is it. One more final shot of miniatures. And that is that. That is the Age of Sigmar book. So, yeah, in conclusion, lots of fluff, lots of nice artwork, and quite a few missions to try out. So, if artwork and fluff is definitely your thing, then definitely pick it up. And if you want to try different missions, there's quite a few in here. Also, anyone who is hoping this will contain sort of more rules for balancing armies will be disappointed. but I don't think that would happen so soon. If they are going to have some sort of balancing system, they would have had it straight away, or they'll have it quite late on if there's enough demand, which I think there will be. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, that is the Age of Sigmar book. So I shall see you in the next video.